a ghost.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Power, and I'm back with another video. I actually meant to drop a recap, reactions type video of, the entire series finale on Friday, but I just needed a break, bro. Like, I've been doing content literally nonstop the last 6 months on TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. So I just needed a day or two to kind of just gather my thoughts and just chill back. But I wanted to make this video to kind of just recap some things, look back on, the whole ghost journey, and talk about what's next to come. So just looking back on the whole ghost show, right? This show was really just birthed, when you think about it, from the death of James St. Patrick. Like, if Ghost didn't die, we probably wouldn't have gotten this show. And obviously, a lot of people know this as well. There were rumors that Dre, played by Rotimi, was supposed to be the next Ghost, the next character, and potentially the one that was supposed to get the spinoff. But he told Courtney Kemp, like, yo, I want to be the villain. I want to be the bad guy. I don't want to be just another version of Ghost. And obviously, as fans of the show, we respect that sentiment, right? Because we know how huge of a part that Dre played in making the Power series what it was. I mean, he was a phenomenal character, phenomenal actor, phenomenal performance, did a great job. But it makes so much sense now why they killed Ghost, because they wanted to do this spinoff. They wanted to do this series. They wanted to kind of have a continuation of, something else with a new lead, right? Because let's be real. I mean, Ghost can't play Ghost forever, and it made sense, to take the route of Michael Rainey, #Tariq. He's much younger, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of building they can do with this character. And you see how much people just flipped on the whole Tariq thing, right? Like, people used to hate this guy. They literally used to hate Tariq so much. And after one season of Power Book 2, everybody loved him to the point where now people are complaining about his show ending, right? You see how quickly people just kind of flip on their heads, right? In one sentiment, they was like, oh, we hate Tariq. We'll never watch a spinoff with him. But Power Book 2 Go is probably the most viewed show in terms of episode to episode viewership of any show ever on Starz. You think that's a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. So when these fans say that they're not watching these spinoffs and they're not tuning in, they're literally capping. Like, they're literally lying. So obviously, like, looking back, we know this show was a smash hit, super successful. I mean, season 4 was the most popular season. Obviously, quality wise, season 4 is definitely not the best season of Power Book 2 Ghosts, and I would say the majority of fans would agree with me on that. But popularity wise and outreach wise, it reached a lot of people, it reached a lot of new fans and fan bases. So that's why so many people have the question of, well, why are you canceling this show? It's because of money, bro. It's because of money. The reality is, like, they don't want to spend the type of money that they would have to spend in order to keep this show going. And honestly, from a business perspective, if you really look at it, it makes sense for them to just do new spinoffs, right? The longer you have a show going, the longer you're using these actors, the more popular they get and the more money you got to pay them. So from the business standpoint, we understand why they did that. So when we really look at this episode, right, I mean, a lot of people are saying this didn't feel like a series finale. Right. And one of the main reasons that is because a lot of the plot holes and the storylines that have been left open, so many things kind of left up in the air, which we kind of already knew halfway through the season. We're like, well, there's no way they're going to be able to close out all these storylines with just these couple episodes left. It's impossible. They definitely plan to do another season before the show got canceled. Right. And another reason that people were kind of underwhelmed with the series finale is because they're traumatized in a way, right? Us as Power fans, we're used to shows ending, the seasons ending with like bad stuff happening, right? We look at the OG Power, how Ghost died, Dre died, Proctor died, like all of these people got smoked, right? And when you look at Power Book 2 Ghost, I mean, the only real major death that we hit us by surprise was like Monet. You know what I mean? And even Monet, like, we knew she had to go because she was taking up the whole damn payroll, right? Like, Mary J was eating up them checks, right? $400K an episode, reportedly, right? And so when you look at that, and then you look at the rest of the cast, Method Man didn't die, the Davis McLean character didn't die, Tariq didn't die, Drew didn't die, Kane didn't die, Diana didn't die, like, Lauren's still alive. Like, they left so much open. So that's why a lot of fans are like, well, we feel weird about this because usually we're just used to hella people dying. We used to a bloodbath. This wasn't really that. And, you can really tell that they set this season up for Tariq to really just kind of be the guy moving forward. Because if you see how the season ended, like Tariq was finally on top, right? Well, now we need to see him really have these challenges while he's already on top, kind of like how Ghost was in the first and second seasons, how he was on top of the game with the whole Lobos thing. But, he had all these enemies like Kanan and, all these other people that were underlining, trying to take him out. So that's kind of what we expected to see with season 5. Obviously, we're not getting that. So as far as Tariq, right, we know that he was able to get on top of the game. We know that he essentially made a deal to move product for, Noma's brother. And it's so funny to me because I feel like this literally just fell on Tariq's lap. And I heard a lot of people saying this on social media too, and how like they felt like things just happened so easily for Tariq, right? You look at the whole Don Carter situation and he was able to just really just neutralize that so quickly, like the whole Tate evidence and everything like that. Like I felt like that was just very easy. And then Noma just happens to get taken out. So he just happens to take over that power vacuum without having to do any real work. It kind of just felt easy. But, he's a St. Patrick. He was able to use his wits and his smarts to kind of handle business. And there was a lot of things that he did in the series finale that I felt like were very smart Ghost-like moves. The whole thing with tricking Anya into giving up Noma's location and, using the whole Tate leverage, knowing about the murder and everything. That was really good. That's what I like to see. Moving on to Kane's character. I feel like they left that completely wide open, right? He's on the run. I mean, who knows where he's going? Who knows where he went? Obviously, people are saying that we could potentially see him pop up in Chicago or Atlanta or, some other show, right? I just don't see Kane popping up in Force because why would he? Like, Kane and Tariq have never really liked each other. So the idea that he would go to Chicago to start working with Tommy, who's family with Tariq, like it doesn't really make much sense. I guess they could make it work if they really wanted to, but in my perspective, I just don't see Kane showing up in Chicago. It's more likely that Tariq and Effie and Brayden would, and maybe Diana, because they're still in New York. They still could possibly working together. We know that Diana still wants to be in the game now. Diana made a whole 360. The whole series, Diana was trying to get out the game and go to school. Now she's trying to be in the game for life. Like she's trying to really do this and rebuild the business. And we saw how Drew reacted to that. Drew was like, nah, like this is our one and final chance. Monet died for this. Monet died for us to have an opportunity to do something new and rebuild ourselves. I'm taking my ass to Paris. Drew got the hell up out of there. And as far as the whole Brayden and Effie thing, Brayden's character, I was really disappointed in this season. I felt like they built him up just to make him a druggie. If you guys remember, season 3 of Raising Kanan, how, Lou was, right? Lou was just a drunkie, blah, blah, blah. Like he was just crashing out. We know obviously next season he's going to recover and be a lot better. But I feel like that's the route that they took with this season with Brayden. Like they tried to make him like Tommy and it just didn't work. It wasn't convincing. It just didn't flow for me. I didn't really like it, right? And then you got the whole Effie storyline. Her and Brayden literally kind of had a similar storyline. Like they both just ended up exactly where they started, working with or for Tariq, right? It's just so dumb to me how she kept complaining about how she wanted to get out the game and change her life and go to this school, but you give up all the money that you could have used to get yourself out the game and go to the different school by giving it to Kane. Like, for what? For a dude that you haven't even known that long. It's just like, it didn't really make sense. Obviously, it's cool because they've left the door open for, Effie's return in another show or Brayden's return in another show. But, for most of these characters, it just feels like, I don't know, like, are we going to see them again? I feel like the only person that's really guaranteed to be seen again is Tariq, right? He's the main guy. He's the lead. You can always build new shows and things around him and his journey. But I don't know, what the future is for these other characters. But, hopefully we will see them again. Hopefully we will see Rashad Tate again too. Hopefully that storyline with, Don Carter hopefully comes out. And I think Davis McLean too, they did a good job with, reinstating his character. I like that he didn't die because I really like this character. And I feel like that's another character, you could potentially have in Force. Tommy might need a lawyer. Tariq definitely gonna need a lawyer. moving forward, right? And we know he's helping Tariq run the money in the business and everything like that. So essentially, things just really worked out for Tariq. Everything's looking good for him for the meanwhile. And I think the universe is very bright, guys. I think they have a lot of very talented actors and just so many storylines that they could run with if they wanted to, people they could spin off. And, we know Power Origins is in the midst of being in the works. They haven't talked about it too much, but we know they're working. We know they're working on casting and writing and everything like that. So that's what I'm really excited for. I'm really excited to see, if Tariq pops up in Force season 3. And I'm excited to see what they do with the Power Origins. And I'm hoping they give us some updates and some announcements with that, hopefully next year. Once Force is over, I think we'll probably have some announcements or inklings of Power Origins in terms of maybe casting, maybe some exclusive information, things like that. But for now, we got to just be patient, y'all. I'm really trying to take this YouTube shit over for real. Like it's been fun. I've been trying to be consistent, posting damn near every day or every other day. So I appreciate you guys. Keep supporting the content, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. This has been really fun for me. I'm working on having a new setup and everything like that to take the content to another level. Make sure you guys follow the TikTok at Mr. Power Universe, YouTube at Mr. Power Universe, Instagram at Mr. Power Universe, and stay locked in, man. We're not stopping.